So, hello
Okay.
and welcome everyone. In today's talk show, we have Abhijit from Accounting Department. Correct, Abhijit?
No, I'm from the HR department.
Sorry, it's from the HR department. So, let's start with Abhijit. Yes, Abhijit, please introduce yourself.
Hello everyone. My name is Abhijit, and I'm currently pursuing my BBA from the IT University. And so this was my first internship at the first internship. And prior to that, I was like mostly into studies. So I thought I should get some experience also. So that's why I just applied for the internship at from the internshala. And then, sir, okay, yes, sir. So these are the 3 points I'd like to share.
Great, Abhijit. So, now let's begin with my question. So, my first question would be, Abhijit, to describe this whole internships experience. What experience you got over here? What exposure you got over here? Just describe that in brief moments.
Okay, so I'll start with the starting 10, my internship was it took 4 months. So I joined in 7th March and I completed my tenure at 25th June. Okay, so in the first phase, while I was in my CMC team, it was very difficult for me because there was also my offline classes were started. So it was difficult for me to manage time, and also during our meeting sessions like for Excel or any session, I had classes in my college, so it was very difficult for me to manage my time. And sometimes there were days when I have to skip my class as to attend a particular meeting. So these were the main things I think that I faced in the starting, but rest of all, it was very easy for me. I was able to manage the work that was given to me, and I was able to understand and everything. And then after 1 month, I was shifted to the HHC team, this Udiksha ma'am was my ATL. So there in the starting, I was also facing the same issues because I had to do the calling, and I used to come back from college at 5 p.m. So it was very difficult to just coming after the college and starting the calling at around 5 or 5:30 p.m. So usually I didn't want to do it. I was very lazy. So, but I pushed myself and I just kept on going. And so after that, it was easy for me. I made a habit of it, and I was able to complete the given minimum number of calls that we have to do. And after that, my in the last month of my tenure, the the college gave a internship break, so we have to complete an internship at that particular time. So it was very easy for me because I was able to manage my time easily, and I was also able to do extra things that I wanted to do, which I was not able to do in my college in those 2 months, starting 2 months. So yeah, so
Mhm.
these were the main things that I experienced in the whole of the internship.
Okay. So it seems that the first 2 months which you invested in this internship was quite difficult for you, a challenge for you to give time to this internship. But still you,
Yes, yes.
kept pushing yourself and you anyhow completed this internship. That's great, Abhijit. So, as you told that in the first month you were in some different team, and in the second month you went to under a different team leader and in a different team. So, what basically work you did in those two teams? What was your day-to-day working exactly?
Okay, in the first team, that was the CMC team. The main thing I used to do was the editing of the resume, parsing them from various like job portals, from LinkedIn, Naukri, and all, and just
Mm-hmm.
passing them on to the Urvin, and
Mm-hmm.
then just add some basic details, and then just do that minimum of our 20. Back that day, the minimum target was around 10 or 20, I think. So I was only doing that in the 1 month, and just only attending the meetings. And in when I came CMC, I had to do the second team, and I had to do 10 calls a day. That was like minimum, and so I was able to I was not able to achieve 10 also, but I was around 9 or 8. Sometimes I'll go 11 or 12, but there was
Mm-hmm.
not like the constant. There was no constant of achieving 10 calls every day. So yes,
Mm-hmm.
so callings I used to do, and there also I used to do in the calling I used to get the detail verification of the candidates and all, and then I'll just look into the resume and just start shortlisting them for the job vacancies we have. So I'll just look at
Mm-hmm.
the job vacancies we have, and if they are suitable enough, I'll just pipeline to them. And in the last month of my internship, I was made the team coordinator. So then my work was doing the client submission. So for and client submission and internal submission as well. So in that particular in that thing, I used to look at the candidates who are like very I'm sure they are 100% are going to get selected if the client takes their interview. So I used to just shortlist those 5 to 10 or 2 to 3 candidates per day, and just I'll just send them to the client directly. So these were the things that I did all throughout this internship.
Mm-hmm. That's great, Abhijit. So as you said that in the second month you came into Sadiksha's sorry. You came into Sadiksha's team, and your role over there you used to do callings, correct? So,
Yes.
what challenges you can say you faced in that first 1 week of the second month that you couldn't achieve your goals of daily calling? What was basically going around? Why you couldn't achieve it? What challenges you faced, and how you overcome those challenges?
So the basic thing was the time management. I was not able to manage my time because usually I came back home around 5, and I had to start
Mm-hmm.
calling candidates at around 5:30 to 8. That because that was the very good time that candidates used to pick the calls. And so yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so then I was able to, it was very difficult. I was usually able to do six starting in the starting 1 or 2 weeks. I was only able to do maybe 6 5, maybe less than that, I don't remember, but it was very low. So then after 1 or 2 weeks I get used to it. I was able to reduce my calling time. So I was like for a candidate I was taking 5 minutes in my first week,
Mm-hmm.
first or second week. Then I reduced the time gap to 3 minutes. So I was able to get more time, and was able to achieve 10 calls per day in like 1 or 2 hours. I was able to complete my calling, and then I
Mm-hmm.
used to take 1 hour for doing all the updation of the candidates detail. So yeah, so 2 to 3 in the updation of the details I used to do at the night because I was available at that time, and I was like yeah, I had a free time at that time. But till 5 to 8, my main focus was to just get 9 calls per day, so that nobody questions me. So that was the main thing I was aiming.
So it was like after 2 weeks you got the groove of calling to the candidates. So, while you started this calling of the candidates, so how difficult it was for you to talk to that candidates? Because it seems to be, talking to a real person at real time. There are certain challenges that the person is not available, and because he is not available, sometimes the candidate would ask you to reschedule this call at this that timing, and because of that, the targets are not getting completed. So it would
Yes,
have been building a pressure also on you because I know
yes,
that
yes,
being an HR and being into an HR team and getting out the result, that is what the main focus for every team leader would be. And they used to be, targeting that, oh no, आपका अभी तक पूरा हुआ नहीं, Abhijit, you should be completing this much, that much. It would have been building pressure. So how you could overcome those pressure? And what was that, first calling? How difficult it was to get the candidates into talking? वहां पर आपने कैसे मैनेज किया ये सारी चीजें?
Okay, so in the starting of it, when I used to call, there were some candidates who were like they are not available. So they would say, "Can you call me back at that particular time?" Like if I call at around 5:30, they will say, "Just can you call me at around 8?" Because
Mm-hmm.
I'll just reach home, and or you can call me in the morning. So I will be available at that particular time. So that was very difficult, and I used to forget those clients, those candidates. So earlier I used to assign them in the starting 1 or 2 week. I used to assign those candidates to myself
Mm-hmm.
and then do the calling. So it that helped because I there was a section of the call status. You had to change
Okay.
that call. So even if I
Mm-hmm.
forgot them, so I was able to go back to them. But
Mm-hmm.
after I find out like it's very difficult if I assign 15 candidates per day and I'll calling them, there is chance that only maximum 7 to 8 are going to pick. mostly, and that
Mhm.
there will also be challenges with them. Some will take more time to tell the details, some will not be able to share the details. So
Mhm.
after after 1 month of this in in the CMC, what I gained from my seniors, they were like, Param was also there, and also Akash was also there. So they helped me, like, you don't have to assign. And so Diksha ma'am also told me that you don't have to assign the candidates directly. Just open the portal and just see who are available, and just directly call to them. And if they pick up, get their details, change their status, and if not, just ignore them. So any next person who's going to see if his calls
Mhm.
status not changed, he's going to call him. So that's what I used to do, and it helped me a lot, because I used to at that particular time in the starting, I used to call 20 to 30, 20 25 people, and only 10 will pick up. But after just directly taking, I'll just call those 15, maximum 15 guys, and it was they would pick. I don't know how they like assigning them and how the difference came, but yeah, just call 15 guys and 10 will automatically pick up. And also it helped me to reduce the time gap I was wasting on those things, assigning and all, was reduced so much that I was able to do other things as well, so I was able to manage my work also.
That's great. That's great, Abhijit. So, beside these callings, I have heard that there used to be workshops for you, some technical workshops and interpersonal skills workshops. So, what is your take on those things? How do you felt about those workshops, and how good that workshop is for you? What benefits they
uh,
have been providing?
Yes, yeah, I was from the commerce background, so I know the basic details things. But it was a very good initiative by the organization for the people who are not from the commerce background, so they can learn the accounting terminologies, the specific terminologies that we were looking for in a candidate, the things we want from a candidate. So these were the things, basic things that were taught to us. So then the accounting terminology session was a very big help, because it also helped me to revise my concepts once again, because these concepts you had learned in 11th or 12th. After that, I was shifted to the management, so my
Mhm.
whole studies were into the management. So commerce, the accounting terminologies was not very good. I was not very good remembering them. So these terminology session helped me to revise my concepts once again, and also I was able to learn very good things about the. I was not aware of the audit types of audits that were there, but after the session, I was aware of the internal. There is internal audit, stock audit, and other like compliance, or anything. There are many things that are there, and also I got to know about the types of GST. Are there GST 1, 2, 3, and up to 9 and 11? So these were the things that I got to know, which I had to like specifically look if I want to do. But
Mhm.
the organization provides us the opportunity to tell us like with ease, so that we don't waste much of our time. So it was a
Okay.
great initiative.
Okay, that's good. And what about the external workshops which you had? Any sort
Uh,
of tools which you use? So the
yes,
tools which you use, the tools which you learn, how, what is your take on those things? That is, those
uh,
tools were useful to
yeah.
you, and how good your grip has been onto those tools?
Yeah, the Clockify thing is very very helpful to me, uh, because I'm using Clockify my own use, and I'm doing my studies for a competitive exam, so I'm just timing how much in the day I'm studying. I just type in the project name and just start the
Mm-hmm.
timer, and just after that study I just stop it, and I at the end of the day how much of I'm time wasting in the time I'm wasting in a day. So it helps me in that, and I like very in Clockify I think I'm very good at. And there is also thing that was OneNote. OneNote
Mm-hmm.
that was I think OneNote I prefer it more than the Word, because it's very easy and convenient, and I
Mm-hmm.
think it's very flexible as well. I don't know why I prefer it, but it's very convenient to me. And then other things are one was Clockify, OneNote, and Excel basics. Excel I learned from the sessions. Excel
Mm-hmm.
basics I was able to complete, and I was good at it. I scored around good marks in Excel basic test as well. And Teams app was also I earlier it was used in my college for online classes, but I didn't know how to schedule a meeting and how to manage all these things. Like scheduling meeting was the main thing. But after this all this internship, I was able to gain some more experience in Teams as well, and also about the Outlook, how to manage your calendars and others' calendars as well. So Outlook was also a good thing that I learned. Yeah. So these are the basic tools I use them regularly, and I have improved myself. Uh, yeah.
That's really nice to hear. All these tools were useful to you. So, last but not the least, Abhijit. So, I would like to, rate this whole internship in a scale of 10, from 1 to 10, that how would you recommend this same internship, the same experience to your friends, that your friends or any person who is looking out for an internship with your same age and same exposure towards this industry. So, how strongly you recommend this internship?
I will highly recommend it. So I'll give 8 out of 10 because the things you learn in this internship, like from shortlisting candidates, screening resumes, for a HR experience, 3 months you will get everything that you need. I think it's like in 3 months, it's a very short
Mhm.
period of time for the things that we learn as compared to other. I've not applied in another internship as well, but I think I learned quite very good from this internship. So I'll highly recommend it to someone if he wants to learn something and in a small amount of time if you have less time. So I think I will highly recommend him.
That's nice. Thank you, Abhijit, for recommending this internship to any of the friends. And yes, thank you, Abhijit. And on behalf of Ananta Resource Management, I wish a best of luck for you. And this internship may help you to kickstart your career. Thank you, Abhijit.
Thank you, Kritik sir.
Thank you.